Hello and welcome to the Sidings. And today in the Sidings, you may have seen this thing running around. We got a brand new 9F from Victory Works. And here are the variations down here. So first off, we get 92079 with the powerful headlight. This was the engine that replaced Big Bertha as the banker of Lickey and Klein. I'll get to the one over there with the missing rod in a minute. Which is a nice touch. I love the weathering and I love the look of this engine. I really feel like Victory Works captured the 9F. Now there are a ton of tender models, as the 9Fs had a wide variety of tender. And who wouldn't love a good tender? Well, you know, people who only like the stuff on Steam. Pot shots. But also, a lot of people, they're very, very nervous about going to SSS or anywhere else that isn't Steam. Well, sometimes you gotta take a chance. Stab in the dark, people. We now come to here we go. So these were used exclusively on the Consett iron ore trades, as is seen right here. These two Westinghouse brake cylinders, one to air brake the big 56-ton ore hoppers, and another one to work the mechanism. And to my knowledge, okay, that's a single chimney. I don't know, I could be wrong, but I think there was a double chimney variant. If we come down here, we have just your stock standard double chimney 9F. (92250). She has a diesel injector. Now, I wonder if Victory Works modeled or even simulated the poor performance that these engines would have had. As Christine Green pointed out, a lot of times the modifications that were tried on the 9Fs, mechanical stokers, diesels, things like that, made them worse. So I wonder if that was trialed here. I don't know. I can see when we get to like a quick drive sesh. Whatever. Here is 92044, a clean single chimney variant with, I believe, I want to say this is a mechanical tender. Now we get into one of the last members to ever run, number 92167, and as you can see, her rear coupling rod is removed. This was how she was when she ran one of her last trains before dragging herself to the scrapyard. Under her own steam. I think she was only 17 or 18 years old when she went to the scrapyard. BR database, please. (92167). I'm looking this up live. Okay, let's see. Windows 9F. She was only barely 10 years old. Wow. Service life, 10 years, 29 days. And she was broken up at Campbell's Adri scrapyard, and I believe that's in Scotland. And then I believe that's everything that I want to talk about. Here's a double chimney. Now there are weathered and clean variants of each and every livery, which is nice. And the weathering looks more and more and more. It goes from clean to like a light state all the way down to this thing needs a service and an overhaul stat. But I will give Victory Works major props on this engine. I love the variety. I love all the customization you can do. I love it all. Now, I believe. Let me pull up the Victory Works logo thing. Can I set something? No. Oh, you can fit AWS and steam heating and speedos to this engine. Oh, you can choose a headboard. We've got the Weldon Rambler LCGB, the Groma MPD, as one of these is actually based at Gromont on the, shoot. I can't remember that line now. North Yorkshire Bulls. There we go. Then we've got red, blue, and black with the Bluebell 60. 60 years of the Bluebell Railway. The Pines Express, which they did run, the Santa Special, Red Dragon, which it wasn't uncommon to see them on that, or the Pines, the Moorlander, the Royal Duchy, Mayflower, Torbay Express, Cornice Riviera. Now, for a lot of the later ones, the Torbay Express, I believe, was a modern day thing, I want to say, but I could be wrong. I could also be absolutely off me trolley. But that's that. I have, well, when we operate it, I'll get into some of the negatives I've seen with this engine, but I'm not going to do that right now. But if you look over here, yeah, we've got brand new 35-ton A and B tankers. That carries water. Esso Petroleum, the Esso Petroleum Company, Texaco, Regent, and Esso, but without the badge, signifying that later in life, these tankers were pretty much like the 9F. They were on the way out. And I love the little choice you get here. It's not very many, but you don't need very many to make a thing happen. You don't need very many to make a train run. I like the look of it. I like the modernized sort of late 50s look these have. I also like the fact that they're sort of like the standard range. They're a standardized design of tank wagon. If we could only get a standardized design of caboose, or a brake van, flats, open muggins, things like that, I'm getting off track. But it's nice to have a thing like this. And there is quick drives where these engines do pull, do have a 20 wagon consist. I just don't know what brake van they use, if any. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna grab our 9F, which is all the way back here. And before you go, oh, you're not doing anything unique with it, I'm using the Caledonia Works British Railways wagon lot here. It felt so, it feels so right to use it. Feels so bloody right. And what's all noble steed? 92071. Oh. Okay. So, I think they've pulled a mesh tools on us. What does that mean, pulled a mesh tools? Well, I think that once you get up to, I think it's 12 mile an hour, that you get the full long blast of the whistle, similar to what the mesh tools did with their Ginty. Is it control space? Okay. So control space has a ton of short whistles, and then you get that short whistle. Now, a lot of people, I could see this being a negative for. But when they hit the spacebar, they want the long whistle right off the gate. They don't want a bunch of short loops until you hit a certain speed limit. They want, basically, they want the lengthy whistle, and they want it now, now, now. They have to have it now, now, now. But I think differently to them. I think it adds a little bit more. The short whistles are to be used when you're, like, moving through stations, or, like, moving about the yard, or leaving a depot, or something like that. Whereas long whistles are to be blasted as you're running non-stop through a station. Here's the weathering. And I like the weathering. And I think the weathering is a really nice and really charming touch to it all. Some people are like, well, why isn't the lime scaling off the valves here popping, like, dripping all the way down the boiler? That could be another downside to it. Also, a lot of people are going to be like, why do we have exposed safeties? And why is only one side blowing? When you have a whole ton of them blowing, all sides should be blowing. Well, you only need one side for relief. The other side is if the relief isn't relieving the boiler pressure quickly enough. Then the other one starts popping off and going, here, let me help, let me help, let me help. But sometimes it's not enough, and that boiler just go bang. Or everything fails because there's too much, what is it? There's too much steam. I will say that the chuffs, now keep in mind, this is a pre-release model. I pre-ordered, so I obviously got it before everyone else. And I will say, I like the chuffs, I think they're accurate. Then again, it's been ages since I watched a video without any chattering or anything, where 9F is just at work with a train. But I don't know if it's also my poor ears or whatever. Everything, but the chuffing sounds a little bit quiet when the whistle starts to play. Also, there is our long space bar. And here you can really see she's coming into her own. And she loves these trains. I mean, I think she well suits the CW, and even what's a BMG wagon doing in this train? I think she well suits it all. So we're gonna come here. We're gonna actually go on the platform, and we're gonna watch the train come clanking through. But we're gonna watch from the station edge. So we're gonna run the train down the line. I'll see you when we get to a point where I want to stop, and we'll go from there. See you after a good long run, which is what the old girl really needs. Okay, I'm breaking my rule a little bit, but I have found a rather not so friendly detail that I know a lot of people are gonna hate. The camera jerking around instead of being a smooth transition like that. A lot of people are gonna be like, oh, it snaps too quickly. I don't mind. A lot of old models used to do that. But only time will tell. So let's enjoy the run with our train. I'd hold off on giving her a 60 wagon train though. But we'll see how she does. But the controls for firing her are responsive. She seems to really enjoy being... Now, the one thing about the 9Fs, the original one that we have on Steam, which is an old Iron Horse House product, that thing hated being thrashed to hell and back. But the Victory Works 9F? Oh boy, she wants to be thrashed to hell and back, man. She wants to be just thrashed on every good train she does. And that's the thing about a 9F. They were built for heavy freight trains. They were one of the UK's many heavy goods designs. And that's what they want to be. Thrashed. They want to be put to the test. They want to be trialed. They want to be just day in, day out with the traffic. They don't want to be like their Princess Royals or A3s or whatever pretty boy engines are. These are workhorses. They want a goods train. They want one of considerable length, and they want one that they can run to run with every single day of their bloody lives. They don't bleeding care. Yeah, we can pull a passenger train, but screw them, we got our coaches. And, I think I found one. Oh, yep. Oh, it isn't Barry, though. No, Barry's my slightly deranged brother. Okay, I'll stop. But yeah, I love the 9F. It is essentially the quintessential standardized goods engine. Hey America, I think they've got you beat. Where's your standardized goods engine? I don't see a standardized freight engine. We got moguls, we got 10-wheelers, we got decapods, we got 280s, 480s, everything under the sun. Oh, shift! Up to the second row of rivets. But I think I should give you my final thoughts on the engine. Well, what are my final thoughts? I believe, well and truly, it is a great steam engine. It is a pack worth having. I believe this is better than what we have on Steam right now. In fact, to prove it to you, I will do 2 quick drives. One with this engine, hauling her 20-ton tanker train and one with, well, that one, and whatever consist it comes with. So, that will have no chatter whatsoever, but you will see it at the end of this review. But I will see you in the next review, which might be a little tank engine, I don't know yet. Caledonia Works or Victory Works or whoever hasn't said much to me, so I'll see you then. Bye.